Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, little AEW Rampage review. The main event, or AEW's version of main event, folks. Rampage there. Big 450,000 viewers last week. What are they going to get this week, folks? I'm sure they'll get big views for Jake Atlas. I mean, Eddie Kingston, Santana, and Ortiz defeated Danny Garcia in 2.0. Just a trios match, a tag team match, or whatever there. Eddie Kingston, his team wins. And then it's a bunch of low blows there, low blow city or whatever. Everybody's down. They tape up Eddie Kingston to the ropes, and then Jericho comes out and does the save. Kingston's taped up, right? And then he just goes like this a little bit, and the tape rips off by itself before Jericho takes the tape off or whatever. He just looks at the tape. You know what I mean? And then Jericho goes near the other arm and he just goes like this. It looks so fucking welfare, you know what I mean? Oh my god, they got him tied up, you know what I mean? Big budget national wrestling indie company. There he's just goes like this and the tape comes off by itself. Accidentally, obviously, there, you know. Just looked terrible or whatever. So Eddie had an angry look on his face. Is he fighting Jericho? This whole thing of Jericho saving him. He's pissed off. Then Kingston saves Jericho. Jericho saves him again. The fuck's happening? You know, is it just gonna lead to some shitty 8-man tag or whatever? Like, Jericho joins Kingston, Santana, and Ortiz against the three jobbers. Maybe QT Marshall teams up with 2.0 or whatever. Have an 8-man tag, or is it Jericho Kingston? What the fuck? What's the point of this? Like, I don't know where they're going, and I don't give a fuck. Hook, ladies and gentlemen, Hook there, the son of Taz. He's a mega star, folks, according to AEW fans there. He defeated Aaron Solo. Basically, this kid there, I don't get it. You know what I mean? Apparently, this is a thing that CM Punk said, send Hook or whatever. Punk said this, he wrote this, or he said this. Send Hook. And then the AEW fans were obsessed with him for no reason. It became some kind of unfunny indie wrestling meme that only they think is funny or whatever. There, you know, some more CM Punk effect bullshit. You know what I mean? Another reference of CM Punk. My dog Larry said Hook. And then they become obsessed with this kid. And according to a male AEW fan, I was reading his comment earlier, Hook went from being a good-looking, living meme to becoming the next big mega star or whatever, you know what I mean? So at first he was a sexy meme for the AEW male fans there. He was a sexy real life meme because Punk wrote something or whatever, so they fixate on the kid. But then the kid proved that he was a real deal or whatever, you know what I mean? because he had a fake wrestling match. He's not just a living sexy meme. He's the real deal because he won a fake match against jobbers or whatever. You know? And that's what he did here. He's doing basic wrestling stuff, very basic stuff. The kid's 110 pounds. You can tell that he's green as fuck. He looks like he's 12 years old, for fuck's sake. He starts the match, he's like this or whatever. And apparently he's so cool because he looks like he doesn't care. So he doesn't look at his opponent and he's like this, puckering up his lips for his male AEW fans or whatever there. And they think he's so damn good looking. You know what I mean? I read the comments. Oh my God, his presence, his face, his hair. You just admit you want to jerk off to him. Don't pretend he's the next big thing. You just want to jerk off to him. It is what it is. One half of the fan base are totally fucking nutting for this kid there. And the other half are just going along with it like the bandwagon sheep fucks that they are, the indie fans. They're marking out for Hook. They don't even know why. Yeah, Hook, Hook the next big thing. Send Hook. CM Punk. Chicago. Really, Hook, he's doing very basic stuff. Like, nobody gives a fuck about Taz in 2022. They don't give two shits about Taz. It's a little boy fucking doing basic stuff. And the other wrestlers have to sell like he's Hulk Hogan. Like, what the fuck? Like, he's 110 pounds. This looks fucking goofy as fuck. Is Hangman Page gonna sell like this for Hook? This not gonna look believable? Fuck. You know what I mean? Is Daniel Bryan gonna tap out to his octopus stretch or whatever that the green kid is doing or whatever? Give me a fucking break, man. Like, I understand y'all want to jerk off to this kid. But goddamn, calling him a mega star is the next big thing. Fuck. Like, this don't make sense. You know what I mean? Like, he's dressed up like a boxer. His name is Hook. He tries to look like a boxer, but he wrestles like an MMA fighter. Which is it? That's two different gimmicks. Why is he called Hook? He's dressed up like fucking like a boxer wannabe, and he wrestles like an MMA guy because his midget father pretended to be an MMA fighter. I'm supposed to mark out or whatever. And because they're jerking off to him and pretending he's a star, oh, he's a real organic homegrown talent. What about Darby Allin? I thought he was a homegrown talent. Apparently not. Apparently y'all were faking with Darby. And Hook is a real homegrown talent. You know what I mean? So apparently he's for real homegrown talent. All the others were fake. Y'all were just faking. You know what I mean? But with Hook, it's legit or whatever there. That he's a big homegrown talent. Y'all don't know why you like him. Well, you do there. You know what I mean? Most of you do, the others don't. They're just playing along, putting pictures of Hook on top of their Facebook page. You know what I mean? Grown men in their 40s putting a picture of a 12-year-old on their Facebook profile. Hook, he just has the presence. I think there's a presence in your shorts for Hook or whatever, because there's no reason for such heavy marking out. The kid's 110 pounds. There's no way that real wrestlers are gonna sell like that at that level for basic green wrestling. Like, you know what I mean? It's embarrassing. Is this really what the wrestling world has to offer? This little midget like this there, you know, embarrassing. QT Marshall was getting involved in this match. You know, QT's funny. He's so fucking goofy or whatever. And then after the match, QT Marshall walks in the ring. It's obvious that QT and Hook were supposed to shoulder bump. You know, when they walk in the ring, they bump like this, and then they turn around and look at each other. It's obvious that QT and Hook were supposed to bump, but they missed each other. That's obvious there. And Hook turns around or whatever and gives him a suplex. And they mark out so much, right? Because he's supposed to be over, he's organically over, apparently. So these fans overdo the shit out of it. The kid does something this big, they fucking react like it's the Beatles there. They react like girls in the 1950s reacting to Elvis Presley with fucking moist vagina there. And it's grown men. You know, I understand there. You fucking guys are weird as fuck. But a kid, a 12-year-old, puts somebody in an arm bar. You don't react like it's Michael Jackson appearing out of his coffin or whatever. I'm back, guys. It's me, Jackson. Oh my God! He gave him a body slam. Oh! It's like, fuck off there. Enough with this. Enough. Ruby Soho and Rio defeated Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter. Jamie Hayter, why is this on TV? Just a fat girl who can't wrestle there. Like, what? Like, she has a G string kind of fucking set up. Good for her. She looks like Rikishi wearing a G string, for God's sake. Enough with this. And Rio wins with a roll up. Again, you got a lot of roll ups now in this company. I thought WWE was bad for roll up. You know, they have a DQ in AEW the other day. Oh, that's how you do a DQ. Some of the fans, you know what I mean? DQ is bad. McMahon is bad for DQ. These retards do a DQ finally after 3 years. That's how it's done. DQ. Fuck off, you know what I mean? But a goofy roll up from Rio. It looks shitty as fuck. Just a shit match. And then it was Adam Cole versus Jake Atlas, the newcomer Jake Atlas or whatever. He kind of looks like Rocky Maivia there. I saw the comments, people saying he looked like Rocky Maivia. He kind of looks like this. I also saw comments. He looks like Rocky Maivia. He's a future champ. Like, really, there. Like, can these fans just stop there for once? Can you stop? What's wrong with you people there? Okay, just because he looks a little bit like somebody, this ain't Rocky Maivia. That was Fatty Maivia out there. You know what I mean? He's big, but he's fat and out of shape. You could tell that not out of shape, but he's big, fat, and awkward. The way he was moving, you know what I mean? In French, we say and gross palette. He looks like a big, awkward guy, not really fluid in shape. And he had excess body fat, this guy. where you see The Rock in this. I don't know. It kind of looks like Rocky Maivia when Rocky was a nerd. Not the good Rocky, the nerd Rock. But at least Rock was in shape. This guy was fat and awkward looking, and he was trying to move like a cruiserweight. He's moving unnaturally in the ring, and he hurt himself, the guy. His big debut, Jake Atlas, he hurt his knee. He came off the rope or something. It looked like just out of nowhere, it just fell apart kind of deal, like a car wreck kind of match there. Adam Cole tried to do the Panama flip or whatever, and the guy just stayed there, and he gave him a shitty looking leg lock to stop the match because he hurt himself or whatever. The AEW fans, they put a positive spin on it, Adam Cole's a good guy for stopping it and just giving a soft leg lock or whatever. You know, you put a positive spin on it, but it was a car wreck. You know what I mean? A car crash of the match or whatever. So, overall, this wasn't a good show. I don't think it was a good show. And they have another show tonight, folks. Their first big special on TNT, Battle of the Belts. Apparently, it's a name that they ripped off from the 80s or something. I don't even know what this was from. I don't know if Battle of the Belts became Clash of the Champions or what, but it's a rip-off of a name of the past. They're calling it Battle of the Belts. TNT, it's written Fight Night or Saturday Night Fight or something. I don't know what the show's called there, but they're calling it Battle of the Belts. With a name like this, you would expect all the belts on the line, or maybe at least the world title or something. But you have an interim TNT championship match and a women's championship or whatever. So Battle of the Belts and all the good belts aren't there or whatever. You know what I mean? Exciting. And the big match was supposed to be Sammy Guevara against Cody Rhodes. But I think Cody maybe caught the COVID or something like this. So it's gonna, instead of Cody Rhodes versus Sammy Guevara, they're gonna have an interim championship match for the interim TNT title, and it's gonna be Goldust against Sammy Guevara. The winner becomes interim champ. So Cody Rhodes, he's the champ because he's not there. It's Goldust taking his place because it's his brother. So the champ isn't there. His 55-year-old brother takes his place simply because it's his brother, I guess. But why would he be competing for interim championship? Like, you know what I mean? If it was just a basic one-on-one match and Goldust takes his place, I'm gonna fight for my brother. But why would he be fighting for interim championship? You know what I mean? He's like 60 years old. He's nowhere near any type of title picture. It makes zero fucking sense to put Goldust or fucking whatever he's called there in a title match. It makes zero sense. You could have went with anybody else. If you're just gonna put somebody else and call it an interim championship match, you could have went with anyone, right? You could have went with Daniel Bryan against Sammy Guevara for interim belt. You could have done anything exciting, you know what I mean? So you have a special on TNT, right? You're gone from the network. You only have a few specials. Okay, so what do you put on as a main event? Sammy Guevara against Goldust? Really? Like, is that the best you got for a show? Like a special? It's called Battle of the Belts, and none of the belts are on the card. You could have just said, listen, since Cody's not there, we're going to have Hangman Page defend the world title against Sammy Guevara, and Hangman retains or something. Just, as a replacement, the way that they did with Brock Lesnar. At least you can say the world title is being defended at Battle of the Belt. You don't have to do a retarded thing that Goldust is in the championship match in the main event. Like, what the fuck is that? But it is what it is, folks. I'm not gonna watch this. I'm watching the Impact pay-per-view for $50 or whatever. God, that's what I want to watch. I want to watch real wrestling, ladies and gentlemen. I love wrestling. All right, folks. Until next time, just terrible wrestling all around. I'm surrounded by bad wrestling. Jesus Christ. Until next time. Peace. Peace.